Good morning, everybody. Let us discuss about session number 36 from the unit 3, that is Kinetic Theory of Gases for BSc third semester students. And your paper is Thermal Physics and Statistical Mechanics. So, unit 3 deals with kinetic theory of gases and transport phenomena. Let us recap of the previous class. We have understood about the kinetic motion of gases and its transport behavior in the previous class. Also in the previous class we have discussed about the thermal conductivity, transport of thermal energy and also the transport of mass. And along with this, we have come to know about the degrees of freedom and also the law of equipartition of energy. So, what are we going to learn? What is the learning objective behind this session? We are going to learn application to specific heat of gases, monoatomic, diatomic and triatomic gas molecules. Then what is the session outcome? Here the outcome of this session is understanding of specific heat of gases for monoatomic gas molecules, diatomic gas molecules and triatomic gas molecules. So to understand or to learn something about this session, we should have some prerequisites. What are those? Like thermal conduction, thermal energy, mass, momentum, mean free path, transport phenomena, thermal conductivity, transport of thermal energy, transport of mass, degrees of freedom and many more. So like this, there are many prerequisites to understand about this session. Then coming to introduction part. There are two types of specific heat of gases. They are one at constant volume and other at constant pressure. And then there is a relation. Just now we have discussed in the previous session, Cp minus Cv is equal to R, where R is a gas constant, Cp is specific heat at constant pressure and Cv is specific heat at constant volume. So where Cp and Cv are our molar specific heats at constant pressure and volume respectively. And R is the universal gas constant. The molar specific heat or the molar specific heat capacity of a gas at constant volume, written as C suffix V. It is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of the gas by 1 degree Celsius at the constant volume. Its value for monoatomic ideal gas is 3R by 2, where R is the universal gas constant and the value of this for diatomic ideal gas is 5R by 2. The molar specific heat of a gas at constant pressure, that is Cp, is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of the gas by 1 degree Celsius at the constant pressure. And its value for monoatomic ideal gas is 5R by 2 and the value for diatomic ideal gas is 7R by 2. The heat capacity at constant pressure Cp is greater than the heat capacity at constant volume Cv because When heat is added at a constant pressure, the substance expands and work. When heat is added to a gas at constant volume, we have QV is equal to CV into delta T. That is, which is equal to delta U plus W, which is nothing but the no work is, because of no work is done, we have QV is equal to CV into delta T. Monoatomic, it means it is composed of one atom. Example, helium, helium atom, you all know, neon, argon. So all noble gases are monoatomic. And example for diatomic, they are composed of two atoms. For example, H2 hydrogen, N2 nitrogen, O oxygen. Similarly, triatomic. Triatomic means it is composed of three atoms. For example, polyatomic, composed of three or more atoms. For example, sulfur, P4. So like this, they are polyatomic. Then the ratio of the specific heats, gamma is equal to Cp by Cv. That is the ratio of specific heat at constant pressure to the specific heat at constant volume. It is a factor in adiabatic engine processes and in determining the speed of sound in the gas. This ratio, gamma is equal to 1.66 for an ideal monoatomic gas, and for air it is 1.4, which is predominant in diatomic gas. There are two types of specific heats of gases. They are specific heat at constant volume. We usually represent it by CV, that is suffix V. And the second one is specific heat at constant pressure, that is C suffix P. According to first law of thermodynamics, we know Q is equal to delta E plus W and CV for an ideal gas. Here W is equal to P into dV, which is equal to 0 because it is at constant volume. If V is constant, what happens to dV? It will be 0. So P into 0, it will be 0. So W will be 0. So like that, we can have CV is equal to 3 by 2 R for monoatomic ideal gas. CV is equal to 5 by 2 R for diatomic ideal gas. And for polyatomic ideal gas, we will get CV is equal to 3R. Similarly, CP for an ideal gas. Again, after substitution all these, we will have Cp is equal to 5 by 2R and Cp for monoatomic Cp is equal to 5 by 2R and for diatomic Cp is equal to 7 by 2R and for polyatomic Cp will be 4R. At constant volume molar specific heat, for mono it is 1.5 R, for di it is 2.5 R and for tri it is 3 R. Similarly, at constant pressure, the molar specific heat for monoatomic it is 2.5 R, for diatomic it is 3.5 R and for triatomic it is 4 R. The specific heats at constant pressure Cp and at constant volume Cv can be calculated using their degrees of freedom. So we can find degrees of freedom. Usually we write letter F for degrees of freedom. So degrees of freedom for monoatomic gas will be 3. For diatomic gas it is 5. For triatomic gas it is 6. So once we know the degrees of freedom, then we can find Cp value, Cp and Cv values, and then the ratio of Cp and Cv will give the gamma. Then moving to the applications, the equipartition theorem allows the average kinetic energy of each atom to be computed, as well as the average potential energies of many vibrational modes. The equipartition theorem can also be used to predict the properties of some of the heavenly bodies like stars. You can predict the properties of the stars. You can also predict the properties of white dwarfs. You can also predict the properties of neutron stars. Since it holds even when relativistic effects are also considered. More generally, the equipartition can be applied to any classical system in thermal equilibrium, no matter how complicated it is. It can be used to derive the ideal gas law, Dulong-Petit law, specific heat capacities of solids. One of the major applications of the law of equipartition of energy is in Mayer's relation, that is Cp minus Cv is equal to R, where Cp is the molar specific heat capacity of an ideal gas at constant pressure and Cv is the molar specific heat at constant volume and R is the universal gas constant. Let us summarize this. Specific heat of gas at constant pressure. So how do you define this specific heat of a gas at constant pressure, that is Cp? It is nothing but the quantity of heat required. So it is the amount of heat required. For what? To raise the temperature of unit mass of gas. How much? Through 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius when its pressure is kept constant. So you have to keep the pressure constant and you need to give the heat so that this unit mass of the gas, its temperature will increase by 1 degree Celsius. And it is called the principal specific heat at constant pressure. It is denoted by Cp. The ratio of the specific heats, that is gamma is equal to Cp by Cv. It is a factor in adiabatic engine processes and in determining the speed of sound in a gas. This ratio gamma is equal to 1.66 for an ideal monoatomic gas and for air it is 1.4, which is predominant in diatomic gas. Similarly, we can define the molar specific heat at constant volume also. Three types of degrees of freedom are there and they are translational, rotational and vibrational. So this ratio gamma is equal to 1.66 for an ideal monoatomic gas and gamma will be 1.4 for air, which is predominantly called as a diatomic gas. Now we will solve some of the questions. Question number 1. Ozone is dash gas. Option A, triatomic. Option B, diatomic. Option C, monoatomic. And option D, none of the mentioned. So, ozone is a triatomic gas. So, correct answer to this question is A, option A. Question number 2. Water is dash gas. Option A, monoatomic. Option B, diatomic. Option C, triatomic. Option D, none of the mentioned. So, water is triatomic gas. Hence, option C is correct answer to this question. Now next question, question number 3. The molecules of a monoatomic gas have dash degrees of freedom. Option A 4, option B 3, option C 2, option D 1. The molecules of a monoatomic gas have 3 degrees of freedom. Here option B is the correct answer for this question. Question number 4. For an ideal gas, Cp minus Cv is equal to option A 2R, option B R, option C 3R, option D 4R. Just now we have discussed for an ideal gas Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So option B is correct answer to this question. And these are some of the references. You can go through these to understand about the present session. Thank you one and all.